Welcome to Ignite Possibilities Show. My name is Loice Muteti. Today, we are celebrating women, courageous women. We are going to talk about their stories of resilience, their stories of hope. And today, I have amazing women before me. I'd like them to introduce themselves.
Well, hello, Coach. Hello, everyone. My name is Edna Myra. I'm a qualitative analyst and a neurodivergent advocate. So, apart from my work, I am a wife to one man, and I have a daughter. I have two daughters, two amazing, wonderful daughters. One who is 12 years old, and my youngest is turning 5. So, she's 4 years old, and she's on the spectrum. So being on the spectrum means she's autistic. And I know we'll get to the story. So yeah, that's a bit about me.
Thank you so much, Edna, and welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
My name is Ruth Wairimu. I'm a human resource practitioner, and also I'm a parent and a champion for parents with special needs children. I have a daughter. My daughter is on the autistic spectrum, and she's 18 years old, just turned 18 in February. So I have passion and counting my joys in the special journey of bringing up a special needs child. So I embrace this journey, and I think that's a story I want to share. And I'm also a wife and a friend.
Thank you very much, my guests. And I'm so excited because the conversation today is very exciting. It's heartwarming and it's a very transformative experience. Now, just the other month, we celebrated International Women's Day. And here you are women, and today we want to celebrate you. And to add to that, you're not just women, you're mothers. And I'm just curious, did you ever have some ambitions when you were growing up about your motherhood? Did you have a dream? Like me, I had a dream I would have 5 children, how they will grow to be princess and prince. What about you?
So for my story is not so different from any other woman. So for my story, growing up, I loved children. I loved children. I think that's one of the reasons I did community development,
Oh,
so that I can help children.
yes.
And for the longest time, for 5 years, I worked in a children's home. That's how much I
Interesting.
love children.
Yeah, yeah.
So funny enough, I didn't really want to have children on my own. Yeah, but I just loved them. I loved
love
children,
children?
around me.
Yes,
Yes. So when this story of motherhood began,
yes.
I simply embraced it.
Wow,
Yes.
wow, wow.
My eldest child is 11,
11.
and that means I got her when I was a bit young.
Yes.
I got my child when I was 24 years old.
24 years old.
Yes.
That's not different from me.
Ah,
I got married at 24, and at
Wow.
25, I already had my firstborn.
Wonderful.
Yes.
So, of course, when you're getting a child, now that's when you're told, hey, now you're a mother. So now you
Yes.
start building dreams about
Yes.
this child
Yes,
and all that. So I knew I'm going to raise up, godly children.
yes,
And I want to raise them to be
Yes.
the best person they can be, and
Definitely.
whatever they can be,
yes.
and all that. So I want to believe that my journey is not so different from any other.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow, wow. Amazing. What about you, Ruth? Did you have any dreams?
Yes. When I was growing up, I grew up in a single parent family. So I used to have that desire that I'm in a family, I am married, I have children. I used to dream at least of about two. I used to love the idea of 2 children at least at the minimum,
Yes.
but I didn't mind more. So I had that desire to be a mother, to be a parent. You would find me drawing, and I would always draw. It would be a family set up, a house, and then there's a mother, the children, and in brightly colored clothes. So I
Yes.
had that vision of being a mother.
Mhm.
And the motherhood, I came into motherhood just immediately my last year in university. So as I graduated, my daughter was a diploma. We used to call them diplomas. So
Yes.
she came before the degree.
Yes.
So I was happy that I'll be a mother.
Yes.
Of course, at the time I was feeling like, okay, I'm not ready. I don't have a job, but I took it a day at a time. I got a child. I stayed 1 year at home,
Wow.
bringing up my child,
Yes.
and I was seeing she will grow and we'll get the job and we'll keep moving.
Yes.
So I really had that dream, and I always used to desire that my firstborn is a girl.
Wow.
And that is what I got.
Amazing, amazing. That is so beautiful. You know, motherhood is such a beautiful journey, and as I look back, I'm really grateful that it is a gift God has given us as women. So we are here today to celebrate ourselves because of motherhood. You have mentioned that you have been in a career as a qualitative analyst, and you're also an advocate for neurodivergent. So I'm just wondering, how have you been balancing your life as a mother, as a wife? You said you're a wife. Have you been doing this?
They say women are blessed in having skills
Mm-hmm.
and being able to juggle them at the same time.
Yes.
So that's how really I've been juggling motherhood and
Yes.
work.
Yes.
However, what really helps is there's no, sometimes when you talk about work-life balance,
Yes.
you think it's 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's not 50.
Even there's nothing like work-life balance. It's harmony.
Exactly.
You create
a harmony. It's some
Yes.
sort of a dance.
Yes, it's a
So-
dance.
Mhm.
Yes.
So what really helps me is that when I am at work,
Mhm.
I am at work.
Wow.
And when I need to become a mother,
Yes.
I am a mother and
Yes.
I'm really present
Yes.
in that moment. So
Wow.
that's what has really helped me.
Wow.
Knowing
Wow.
when I need to do mothering,
Yes.
I really mother. And when
Yes.
I need to be a professional woman,
Yes. Yes.
I am there and really present at my work.
Wow. That's super, super good. Ruth, how have you done it?
Yeah,
I know you're a career woman.
Yes.
You work for a very big organizations in this country, and every time you're always out there traveling. How have you made it as a mother?
Okay, thank you. So for me, I'd say more or less of it's being present in the moment where I find myself, where I'm assigned to be. If I'm this week, I'm supposed to be here, I will be present. But of course, it has also taken the support. I have support, a lot of support from my mother. She's been very supportive, and God has graced her enough with health and just life, so that when I need a fallback plan, when the girl is not in school, I'm able
Yes.
to she's able to take care of her. So my family has really been very supportive.
Yes.
At some point in life, I had to engage help, like the house help, but at some point, it was easier. It's either she's home, she's in school, she's in. So when the moments that there are school breaks, I'm present.
Wow.
Yeah, I
Wow.
take days off from work
Yes.
and I attend to her.
Yes.
And
Yes.
when she's back to school, I
Yes.
always align.
Yes.
Then we can go back to
Thank
work.
you. Thank you so much. You ladies have brought in a beautiful aspect of, first of all, there's no work life balance, it's creating harmony. And you've also talked about being present. I think I like that. Being present wherever God has planted you in that particular time, where God has assigned you. You are present, and you've created boundaries around. If it is work time, it's work time, 100% in. When it is nurturing, because as mothers we nurture our children, yes, you are 100% in. When it comes to being a wife, you don't also neglect that part of you. You are already in there. That's so beautiful. So beautiful. Now, we have painted a very beautiful picture of motherhood. But has that always been the same? That all the dreams that you had, you have achieved them?
No, of course not. And not to say that there is no woman out there who has achieved all their dreams. Yes, probably they are, and it's a wonderful thing. But for me, I have not yet achieved my dreams because as they say, sometimes you plan, then God laughs. So of course, you have all these things that you've planned.
Yes.
By age this, I'll have
Yes.
attained, maybe let me say like my degree.
Yes.
By this, I would have climbed up the corporate ladder by this time.
Yes.
And then that time comes
Yeah.
and you're nowhere close
Oh my
what
goodness.
you've achieved.
Goodness. Yes.
So I've not always achieved all,
Mhm.
but all I can say is that we slowly take one
Slowly
time
by
and
slowly.
yeah,
Yes,
slowly
yes,
by
yes.
slowly we
Yes.
get there.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Now let's talk about motherhood. Your journey of motherhood and the dreams that you had about motherhood. Did you get what you wanted 100%?
No.
Mm-hmm.
What I wanted,
Mm-hmm.
there's this meme
Mm.
that goes online, what you order versus what you receive.
Oh goodness, yes, yes.
So I'm busy here praying.
Mm-hmm.
I want these children. Anytime a woman is pregnant, you haven't seen what you're carrying,
Yes.
but you're busy painting pictures,
Yes.
building castles in the air.
Yes.
My children will be this, my
Yes.
children will be that.
Yes.
So for my firstborn, that's how it was, and
Yes.
things went well. I
Yes.
wanted a beautiful girl, and here God blessed me with one. And then for my secondborn,
Oh my
she's
goodness.
a COVID baby.
Wow, a
She was-
COVID baby.
Yes, she was
yes.
born in the year 2020.
Yes.
In the
That's
middle
already
of
a
crisis.
landmark.
Yeah.
You know, a COVID baby
Yes,
2020. Yes,
imagine, yeah.
yes, yes.
Of course, later on, I stopped calling her a COVID baby
Yes.
because, words have power and all
Yes,
that.
yes, that's
But I'm
true.
just mentioning it for
Yeah.
the sake of the people
us
who are
to know,
viewing
yeah.
us to understand our story. So, of course, during COVID, there's that anxiety. You don't know what is happening. The government even doesn't understand the pandemic as well. And because I was pregnant, there was this thing of COVID and pregnancy. The doctors didn't really understand where to place pregnant women
I can imagine.
because they did not even have the information
Yes.
of how the COVID virus
Yes.
would affect pregnant women.
That's very true.
So a lot of times we were confined, of course, at home because we didn't know so much. We were not able to expose ourselves so much. So of course, but being a mother, I paint this picture about how my child will be, and hopefully once they are here, COVID will be done,
Yes.
and we'll continue nurturing this wonderful child.
Yes.
Little did I know what was waiting for me.
Tell us.
Yes, little did I know what was waiting for me. So of course I give birth. Thank God it was a normal birth and all things went well. And because that time they could not keep people in the hospital, we were discharged to go home.
Yes.
And during COVID, I lost my mom. And my mom passed on because of COVID.
Oh no.
Yes. So when they said X amount of people died because of COVID, my mom is part
of the statistics.
Yes. And remember, my researcher.
Yes,
I'm a qualitative analyst.
Exactly.
So I know what numbers mean.
Yes.
And some of these numbers, we have them by heart, by
Yes.
mind, and
Yes.
all that.
Yes. Yes.
So my mom dies on October 30th. I give birth on November 20th. So it's a span of like 1 month.
Yeah, kind of 1 month.
In fact, we bury our mom in November 7th. So after 2 weeks, I give birth. So during that time when I was pregnant and all that, everyone will tell me, be strong for the child. Don't mourn. We need this child here safely because after the bad news, maybe now we can have a chance to celebrate something good.
Yes,
and then it was a girl, so everyone was they felt as if now God is wiping our tears
and bringing back your mom again
Yes.
back. Yes.
So I give birth, and now it's time to nurse this wonderful newborn, and the milk is not there. Why? Because now after giving birth, I decided now I can mourn my mother. I had to stop my motherhood to mourn my mother. And postmortem depression also came in. I remember day in, day out, I would cry and ask myself, why was I even a mother in the first place? I should have just, I should have appreciated just being a mother of one and not bothered looking for a second child because now what is this? It was at the height of a pandemic.
Yes.
We have no jobs.
Yes.
My husband also worked in the NGO space.
Yes.
So all that collapsed. And
Oh
we were at home.
no.
We were living with the little savings that we had, and times were tough. So you have no milk. What do? You go to Nan. You start buying formulas,
Yes.
whether it's cow and gates,
Yes.
name them, all
Yes.
those
Yes.
Mictomil.
Yes.
and my child could not stomach any, including the ones made of goat milk.
Yes.
Any.
Yes.
That was the first time that she could be autistic, because
my
children who are
goodness.
autistic
Mm.
are highly allergic.
Mm-hmm.
So when you see a child cannot stomach maybe animal protein, you know, okay, there's something that I need. But do I know who has told
No.
you? No one has
Nobody has
told me.
told you
Yeah.
anything.
And
Yeah.
in fact, the doctors tell me, no, don't worry, there is one that is hypoallergenic.
Yes.
You can get them. We try nothing.
Everything.
We're like, now what do we do?
Oh my
This
goodness.
child cannot take goat milk.
Yes.
Can't take camel milk. Can't
even
take,
camel.
Even camel.
You
could
tried
not- We
camel?
tried camel. We tried goat, cow, nothing. And then one day when we were working in the supermarket, we see almond milk. We're like, Allah.
Yes. There's even
We
a
see
milk.
soya milk. We're like, we will try this milk. And
Those are
finally,
plants now.
those are plant-based milk.
Milk. Yeah.
And finally, that is what she could stomach.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Wow.
So my daughter grew up taking almond milk, soya milk, these other milk that are plant-based.
Yes.
Because she can't take any protein from animal.
Yes.
So already motherhood is not doing me
Yes.
justice.
Yes.
It's not
I'm
taking
just
me
thinking
well.
about this journey now of motherhood.
Yeah.
Your dream was here.
Yeah.
Then now you are getting another experience.
Yeah, and no one prepares you
No
for
one
that.
prepared you for
Yeah,
that.
you know, when women are pregnant, we don't tell them, you know, you might get back, you might give birth to a special child. This is how the bumpy life of motherhood will look like. Nobody tells you that. Everyone tells you, oh wow,
Yeah,
it will be
looking
rosy,
forward.
it will be wonderful.
Yes.
No one is with you while that
Yes.
child is crying at
Yeah,
night
yeah,
and all that.
yeah,
So
yeah.
for me, I did not enjoy my motherhood, especially for
That
my
is the
second
second
child. Yes.
Wow.
So
Do you
things
have
just-
another child after that?
No,
No, you only have those two.
no, I dread having children.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
After such an
It was
experience.
trauma. I
Wow.
dread
Wow.
having
So how did you receive the diagnosis?
So as the child grew, we noticed that she was a bit different. This is how. While she's crawling, she didn't really crawl.
Oh.
Yeah, she didn't really crawl. And when she began rising on her feet, she would tiptoe. So her foot was never flat on the ground. She would always tiptoe.
Wow. Did that cause an alarm to you, or
Yes,
it was just normal?
No, I just wondered, okay, this different.
This is
It caused
different.
an alarm, but not an alarm to seek for help. It's just
But
like
you just noticed?
you note it, you put a mental,
Yes.
you notice mentally, and then you leave
Just
it there.
leave it
Just like
there.
a mental note, and you move on. So like, okay, maybe it's a different style. I mean, and then now we are not going so much everywhere because again it's COVID and all
Yes,
that. People
yes.
are not so sure. We are still
Yes.
putting on masks, so
Yes.
you don't really want to talk about it and all
Yeah.
that. So we also notice she could never sit down. You know the way you just put a child on the sofa,
yes.
and then maybe you enjoy talking to them.
Yes.
Nothing. And then she just didn't want me. I would say my
How is
child.
that?
Yes, my child rejected me.
Oh my
You see the way you come in at home or from somewhere,
Yeah,
and the child just wants mommy.
Mommy.
This one did not want
not
mommy.
want you.
Yeah, and
Wanted
now-
who now?
nobody. She just
Oh.
didn't want any physical touch. In fact, I
Oh,
later
she
learned
didn't
that
want physical
yes.
touch.
So even coming to you was a problem because she did not want any physical touch. So we later realized that she would just stare into spaces. So you're busy there trying to make, hey baby,
But
what? She's looking past you, not
Oh, no.
at you.
Yeah.
So I will say no, there's something wrong with this child. I've never, and having worked in a children's home, at least I knew a few things here and there, and I would say this child is acting. I called it weird. Yeah, she's acting weird. So of course, whenever we took our child for the immunization, I would ask the nurses, I would ask the doctor, and then the doctors will tell me it's too early to assume anything. Let's wait. Because again, autism cannot be diagnosed
Yes.
until a child is 2 years old.
Until 2 years
Yeah,
old.
so until then, they're just trying to say, okay, try this,
Yeah.
see if she responds well,
Yeah.
try that.
Yeah.
My child could not touch anything that is wet.
Yes.
She had sensory issues.
Yes.
So she was really an avoidant. So
Wow.
anything wet,
No.
There's some clothes she could not put on
Wow.
because of how they felt on the skin.
Yes.
So
yes.
you'll find most of the time she just wants to stay
Kind
naked.
of, they are kind of very sensitive. Eh?
Yes,
Mhm.
they will do, I think maybe make them feel just weird.
Just weird.
Yes, so you will come to a home
Yeah.
and find a naked child.
Oh
Why?
my goodness.
Because you cannot put any clothes on them,
Yes.
and we'll wonder why is this
Why child always naked?
Yes, they just want to be naked. They
Yes.
can't touch water.
Yes.
Feeding them is a problem.
Yes.
It was quite tough. And then I remember when she was 1.5, you know the way you tell a child bye, and they try to mimic.
Yes.
My child will not. They will not say daddy. They will not say mama. Not even call anyone who is in the house. Nothing. So of course we knew there's something wrong with the child.
Obviously, by now there's
Yeah.
something
That
there's
is not
something.
making sense.
Yes,
So of
yes.
course we wait for 2 years like we were told,
Mm.
and then we take back our child to Gertrude's.
Yes.
And then the doctor says now, I think your child could be onto something. They don't tell you.
They don't
They just
tell you
say
right
your
away.
child could be onto
To
something.
something.
Take her to the ECD center. That is the Early Childhood Developmental
Yes,
Center
yes.
to get a diagnosis.
Yes. Yes.
And nobody prepares you for the amount you pay.
Mm.
And I later on learned that it is the only one we have in
In
Kenya.
Kenya. Oh my goodness.
Yes, in Gertrude's Muthaiga.
Wow.
Where do I live? Rongai.
Rongai.
Kiserian.
Where.
So again, another journey.
It's a journey.
To start looking for this.
Yes.
So we go and we
Yes.
think for us,
Mm.
we are at an emergency state.
Yes.
Because I mean, help my child.
Help my child.
She's different.
Yes.
She's doing all these weird things that
Yes.
you cannot explain. So
Yes.
help her.
Help her.
And we go there and we're like, no, the doctor said you have to wait in line.
Oh
like
my
other
goodness. Then you are
parents.
wondering,
In line for
can't you
what?
see this?
Yes.
Can't you see
It's an
this?
emergency.
I'm hurting.
But the doctor's like, yeah, so now what you'll do, you'll just book and then you'll come back after 4 months. 4 months. And my child is not talking and she's tiptoeing everywhere and she can't sit still. She's all over. And whenever we enter somewhere, there are people, she wants to run away.
Yes.
And the meltdown, my child will cry even for a whole hour, just cry.
Right.
And nothing you will do
Oh my
will
goodness.
suit
Hold
her.
it there.
Yes.
Hold it there.